Hi, welcome to Ivy's Flower Garden. I'm going to do an update on the Amazon tea garden slash hummingbird slash butterfly garden seed pack that we bought. Today is April 6th, so not sure how many days ago we planted, but I'll post the date down the bottom right there for you. Calendula, they are coming up, and this is the Yarrow. So Yarrow has little tiny seedlings starting. Those seeds are really small, remember? And then this is the lemon mint, and I don't know if you can see right there is a teeny one. I think that's gonna be that. Lavender, nothing yet. There's a little sprig something starting here, but I'm not sure what that is. I think lavender comes up straight like that, so that probably is lavender. And then the lemon balm, we've got a little guy coming up, but not too many of those. Before I move over to the other containers that I started the new stuff in today, I wanted to also tell you that I've been using this Dr. Earth Homegrown. It's a very light fertilizer. It's a 462, and I mix it. I don't even mix it. I just squirt it. See the water down there? I just take this little handy dandy syringe that I have, and I fill it up to 3 milliliters or 3 cc's, however you want to count it, and I just squirt it in there. So it got a little bit of fertilizer to start, just a light fertilizer. I didn't want to do anything heavy, but I reuse my dirt, and in all honesty, I have a lot of failed sort of seed experiments. I'm getting better though, I will say. So I reuse a lot of my dirt, and it has weeds and stuff in it, but it also has started seeds before, and then typically what happens is I run out of time and I don't get everything transplanted, and then the plant in the container just dies off and never makes it into my yard, which is extremely frustrating. If you have new soil, probably not something you have to worry about if you're using starter soil, especially because that's already set up. But because I reuse my dirt, and I'm using a bag of topsoil to start with, even though it's a nice black color topsoil, I figured I'd better throw a little tiny light fertilizer in there just to give them a boost. And that's it. So we'll go over to these other containers now with the new seeds that I started. What I did today was I put the ones, I wanted to get out here a couple days ago, but I didn't have time. These containers are really cool. They have an edge here, and so they actually sit on the railing of your porch. I think it's set for a 4-inch railing or a 6-inch railing. And so in this container, I put the rosemary and the anise. These things smell like licorice, just the seeds. It's crazy. I put the rosemary in the center, and I put the anise in the outside edge because the rosemary is going to be taller than the anise. And for this container, I filled it about halfway. I know my fingernails. I filled it about halfway, and then I made like a mud in the bottom because I like the water wicking for starting seeds, and I couldn't quite figure out how to do it on 2 containers. I have a system over here for 1. I'll show that to you in a second. So I just made mud in the bottom, and then I'm using my handy dandy little pump pressure sprayer, and I just watered them down on the top. So hopefully that will be enough in there. And then over this way is the other container I did, so I'll have 2. It's the same type of container, and it's actually sitting in a mortar bucket. I don't know if this is going to work that great because there are only 4 holes in the bottom of these containers, and they're relatively small. They're about the size of a quarter. I'm hoping that that will help wick water up. The soil was really dry. This container, I chose to put the chamomile in the center and the sage around the outside, just kind of so I can keep a line of where I know what's coming up. And I'm going to spray down the top with my pump sprayer as well. I wanted to show you these chamomile seeds and how tiny they are, so you can see how small those are. So for these, I decided to go ahead and just do how I do with tiny seeds, the best way I know how. I put my dirt in, and then I put the seeds on the top, and I just shake a little bit of peat moss over top, and then I wet the peat moss down, and that seems to hold the moisture in enough for the seeds. And that leaves me with, out of that packet, we have only 3 left to do. peppermint, the purple coneflower, and the fennel. So look for that in a different video. Another thing I decided to do while I was working is I have this ongoing battle out here with a mouse. This is my mouse situation over here. These are tomato seeds. My zucchinis I had to end up starting in that container with a lid so that the mouse would not eat my zucchini seeds. So out of an entire pack of zucchini seeds, I have 5 zucchinis left. They were the last 5 seeds in the seed pack, and I put them in where they were protected so the mouse couldn't eat them. So I started some tomato seeds, and I was worried about them. So I put this lid on. They haven't done anything. They're just seeds and dirt. Nothing sprouted yet. Put the lid on, and then I weighted it down with, you know, my little soda bottle experiments. So now, as I was watering, I got kind of worried because these are herb seeds, and like this anise seed smells like licorice. So if I was a mouse, maybe I would like licorice. I don't know. But what I've decided to do is I'm going to put a cover on it and sit that on top and find something to weigh it down with. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. Happy gardening.